like bored. But I feel like when I say hi everyone, then my voice sounds too high pitched.
You have to say like, hi everyone. That sounds angry.
Hello everyone. Welcome to It's a Twin Thing.
Wow.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, so today when we were at church, they were singing America the Beautiful as the
they sing that at church
song.
Too.
Well, our father was really special and sang it very, very loudly in a very weird voice, like purposely a very weird voice. So you should be really sad that you missed that not embarrassing thing.
I'm surprised he came into church.
Well, he wasn't just gonna sit in the car.
Well, he does that when we're in Indiana and we go to church on Christmas and stuff. He would just sit in the car.
No, he would always come in.
No, he never came in.
No, he would come in.
No, he never ever came in.
Okay, Dad, if you're listening, which I'm pretty sure you are, can you comment below if you would come in to church when we would all go as a family? Well, yeah, but the audience needs to know.
I was extremely on time for church, so I stayed through the end because usually I leave after communion, not because I'm a bad Catholic. Well, I mean I am because I'm always late, but
because she's a bad driver.
Yeah, I always leave early because I'm a bad driver and the parking lot stresses me out. But today I was like, I'll just stay till the end and then I'll just wait until everyone else has left before I leave. But the parking lot was actually not crazy at all. There were a ton of cars, but none of them were going anywhere. So.
Huh. Interesting.
Interesting. So now we know we can stay the whole time.
Well, good to know.
Yeah. Also, I was very lucky because since I was so on time, I just like sat in the back where there was an empty seat, but I didn't even see it because it was like in the back pew, not in the back against the wall. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't see it before I sat down, but there was like a baby playing in the pew and she was so cute. But then after I was there for like 5 minutes and the baby started crying and then the mom took her out and she didn't come back.
She was scared of you.
I was really sad. No, she was all happy and then the mom picked her up and then she tried to feed her and then she started crying. So I think it was because she got taken away from me.
Oh, before we do our episode, do we need to do birthday updates?
Oh, yeah. That's what we should do.
Okay, what did we need to update everyone on?
How we get each other the same thing for our birthday every year.
Right. This is a really big problem that we both are really creative, but in the exact same ways. So we pretty much got each other the exact same thing. And that was not the first time that had happened.
We pretty much... Well, we didn't get each other the exact same thing last year, but we did a similar thing. And
we can just tell them.
Yeah, okay.
So you go first.
No, you can go.
Okay, so for our 18th birthday, we both did 18 things that you can do now that you're 18, because like once you're 18, you can buy a lottery ticket and get a tattoo and all of these things. So we both got each other 18 things that represented the things that we could do now that we were 18. They were pretty much the same things. So we did that, and then for our 19th birthday, we both did scavenger hunts to lead to, like, the exciting present. But the exciting presents that we got each other weren't similar because Ashley got me tickets to Disney World, and all I got her was a little ice cream maker.
But she did days, like she planned fun days.
Yeah.
And like originally I had been doing that and then I decided that I could afford the Disneyland tickets. It was Disneyland, not Disney World.
Oh, did I say Disney World?
Yeah.
Whoops, I meant Disneyland.
But I had been planning to do pretty much the exact same thing and a lot of it was like the same activities. And
yeah,
stuff.
You did tell me that. So then for our 20th birthday, which was this birthday, oh my gosh, now I don't even remember what
I was just gonna say, I don't remember either.
Oh, we made a together bucket list for things that we wanted to do in our 20s, which I had this planned for months, so I made us make the bucket list back in January or February so that I could do my birthday gift for her, like things on our bucket list. So then I did a bucket list trip. So we're going to a place in Colorado and we're staying in a hotel and we're going to do all of these things on our bucket list during our staycation thing. But then she did 20 things on our bucket list to do this year. And they were a lot of the exact same things.
Like probably at least 50%.
Yeah.
They're the same.
So that's what happened. And it will probably continue to happen it'll be really interesting what we get each other for our 21st birthday.
But you just think some of the things that we've done, like the 18 things when you turn 18, I really didn't think you would do that, but you can find that on Pinterest. Like, it's more kind of a common thing that other people have done, but some of the things that we've done are, like, really obscure.
And I feel like I remember when we were little, our parents, we would want to get something for the other person. They would be like, oh, I don't think they would like that. And then that would end up being the present that the other person got us. So then they were like, I had to tell you that they wouldn't like it because I couldn't tell you that that's what they got you.
Yeah. Oh, and Aspen made me a Shutterfly book for our theater company because this summer is like 1 year that we've been in business. So she made a photo book of our first year. And I also was making her a photo book. It's kind of funny because I was like a half a second away from actually ordering it, but then I didn't have a lot of time to work on it and it wasn't as cool as I wanted it to be, so I didn't end up ordering it. But then she made me the same book, not with like all the same pictures, but the same idea for our birthday. But then it was really funny because I told our mom that I was making that for Aspen, but Aspen had already ordered it and showed her the one that came that she made for me. So then my mom was really confused because she thought that I was the one who had already had it arrive, and then I was telling her that I was working on it and hadn't ordered it yet.
Yeah, then she figured it out when I gave it to Ashley, and she was like, oh, you're the one who already made it. I was so confused. But then the other same thing that happened that like kind of was really stressful. I mean, it shouldn't have been, but I'm a little bit of a basket case sometimes. So the gift that I was doing for Ashley, I had all of these different ideas of like what we could do when we were on our trip. But then I decided two of the main things that she kept saying that she wanted to do was she wanted to go to a candy store and she wanted to go to a trampoline park. So I was like, okay, when we're on our trip, we're going to go to a candy store because it's this cute little old town. And then they had a couple really cool trampoline parks there. So I was going to take her to one of those.
Everyone's going to think I'm like 10 years old.
No, it's fine. This is the story. Just let me tell the story. So I wanted that to be special because she had both of those things on her birthday list. And I just thought those would be really fun. And then I was planning stuff to do on our actual birthday because our parents were going to be out of town. So then she decided she wanted to plan something for our whole family to do together the day before they left. It was like that day, and we were waiting for our parents to be ready to leave, and we went for a walk, and she was like, our mom said I should tell you what we're doing and make sure that you want to do it. And she was like, so I was thinking, I know I'm the one who wants to go to a candy store, but we found this really cool candy store in Arvada, so we were thinking we would go there, and then we're going to go to Urban Air, which is a trampoline park, because I like ropes courses and rock balls and things like that, and she wanted to do the trampoline thing. And I was like, no, we can't do that because that's going to ruin the present. So then I texted my mom secretly and was like, is there any way that we can do something else? Because that's exactly what I got her for her birthday. I was just really stressed out because then we were going to go to an arcade, but then it was going to be too expensive. I mean, I thought it was going to be too expensive because I'm a cheapskate. So anyway, that was a really long story of saying that we just always have the same ideas and sometimes it's really frustrating. Okay, so today's episode, Ashley needs to explain what we're doing because I can't ever remember what it's called. She keeps suggesting it, but I don't quite understand it.
Aspen apparently isn't up with popular culture, but
No, I'm not.
You know those videos, like the Wired autocomplete interviews where celebrities answer the most commonly Googled questions about themselves.
So why is it called Wired?
Because that's the name of the company
that
produces the videos.
Well, because that was part of why I was so confused.
So it's like autocomplete because they'll type into Google.
Like, what does Meryl Streep? And then they see what suggestions come up and then they answer those questions.
Answers it.
So today we're doing that, except we're doing it questions about twins. So we'll look up, like, what do twins and then see what comes up.
Okay. The most searched questions about twins. Number 1, what are the 3 types of twins? Did you know there were 3 types of twins?
No, identical, fraternal, and...
Google says conjoined twins. But those would just be identical twins that didn't grow all the way apart.
Yeah, I don't think that really is a third category, because if you separate them, then they're just identical twins.
What do twins call each other?
C.
Yeah, we did when we were little. We used to call each other C.
Yeah, it was like SIE. It was short for sister, not C as in the letter.
Yeah.
But
we also call each other sister a lot.
Yeah, but we also just call each other's names.
Aspen, Ashley.
Yeah.
Sometimes Miss Aspen and Miss Ashley.
Yeah, because we've been teaching camps forever this summer, and that seems to be all that we do. Not really, we do a lot of things, but we've just gotten really used to calling each other Miss Aspen and Miss Ashley, so I'll be talking to my parents, or we were on set the other day, and I kept being like, ask Miss Ashley, or I'll have to see what Miss Ashley thinks. A little awkward, but what can you do?
Yeah. Okay, what do twins symbolize?
I don't know. How would you answer that?
Amazingness.
Luck.
Fun.
Friendship. Or like companionship.
Yeah, companionship.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Cloning.
Mm-hmm.
What do twins look like in the womb?
I would imagine of the same thing that one baby looks like in the womb. Ashley is probably sticking her tongue out at me.
In the womb?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. How do twins happen? Well, a mommy and a daddy.
When a mommy and a daddy really love each other and they really love babies, then they pray and they ask for 2 babies instead of 1.
Yeah. And then sometimes the one baby, like what happened with us, the one baby is a really nice baby and creates a second baby out of them.
Or it's just a really bored baby and they want a friend to
Yeah.
keep them company.
Or sometimes what happens is the parents just accidentally fertilize 2 eggs at once and then
Say whoops.
Yep, and then surprise, they have 2 completely different babies, or sometimes similar, but fraternal twins can be really different. How much do twins weigh at birth?
5 million pounds.
I was 3 pounds and 8 ounces.
I think so. I was 4 pounds and 7 ounces. But, which is funny because we had twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome and Ashley was the one who stole all the food from me, but then she plumped me up. Or the doctors plumped me up. Okay, why do twins dress the same? They don't.
Yeah,
That's a myth.
Their parents dress them the same.
Yeah. I mean, every once in a while when we want to do it to be funny. Why do twins fight so much?
They don't fight any more than other siblings.
Yeah, that's also a myth. But because our theory is if you compare the ratio of how much time twins spend together and get along versus fight, it's probably they fight less proportion of the time than other siblings because they are in the same grade and they often do the same things. And if they both want to play soccer, then they probably both have to be on the same team. They just spend a lot more time together than siblings do.
It might seem like they fight a lot because, well, 2 reasons. One, because people think twins should never fight. So when other siblings fight, they're just like, oh yeah, siblings fight. But when twins fight, they're like, oh my gosh, you guys fight so much. Twins shouldn't fight. And the other reason is because if people are always thinking of them as the same person, then it can be easier for them to resent the other one, or if the other one does something that is embarrassing, then you have to get mad at them about it because people think that it was you who did that thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Why do twins look the same?
Who knows? Because you're just so pretty that God wanted 2 of you.
Mm-hmm. But also scientifically because you have more of the same genes than most people. But twins don't actually have all the same genes. That's a lie. So if someone tells you that, that's not true. Also, a little bit, twins don't look as much the same as you think they do. Ashley and I don't look that much alike. Some people are like, you guys just look so similar, I can never tell you apart ever. And then some people don't even know that we're twins. The kids in our Willy Wonka camp a couple weeks ago, none of them knew that we were twins. Most of them didn't even know we were sisters. That just goes to show you that if you think we look too much alike, you're probably just not trying hard enough to be able to tell us apart.
Yeah, you're not trying hard enough.
No offense. Well, okay, the 4th question after why do twins look the same is why do twins look different? So that's kind of funny.
Because they don't have all of the same DNA, and especially if they're fraternal, they don't have any more similar DNA than other siblings.
And because they're not the same person.
Yeah.
Okay, why do twins play babies on TV?
Oh, we know that.
Because there's child labor laws about how often or like how long in one day that babies can work. So they have to hire twins so that they can switch them out. And also, it probably helps because when one of them is crying or something, then they can just take the other one.
Yeah, and because it has to be twins and not just two babies because they have to look alike. Babies look similar to each other often, but twin babies look significantly more similar than non-twin babies. Also, fun fact that a lot of people don't know, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, who played Michelle on Full House, were fraternal twins. Are fraternal twins, not identical, even though they looked a lot alike.
Also, fun fact, we were on set yesterday with a baby. It was just one baby, not twins, but she was the cutest baby ever. There was so much camera equipment, and one of the scenes was this actor screaming, and she was just so happy. And during that scene, every time I would finish, she would just be like, ah!
It was cuter than that.
Yeah, but it was so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question is, why do twins eat each other?
If you're a twin who ate your other twin, that is kind of a problem.
I'm guessing they mean because twins eat each other in the womb, but I think that's a complete myth. I don't think that actually happens.
Yeah. I think that's sometimes the twin doesn't grow all the way, or sometimes sometimes something happens to one of the twins and they don't survive, but I don't think they eat each other.
They literally couldn't eat each other.
How would you possibly? We could be wrong, but...
Okay, why do twins exist? Because they make the world a better place.
Yeah, that would be so sad if there were no twins. Some people who are twins, being a twin runs in their family. I'm not sure how, but there's just some sort of genetic thing that makes your family more likely to have twins, but twins do not run in our family.
Only fraternal twins are genetic, though. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
So when people ask us that, I'm like, well, we're not fraternal. So.
But I think it would be fun to have twins. I was listening to this podcast the other day, and they said that if you do IVF, you can, I don't know if you can pick to have twins or you can just make it more likely to have twins.
I think all of this, we could get way into this, but all of this genetic...
designer baby.
Yeah, is very problematic.
I know, I think so too, but it's kind of like a catch-22 because, or maybe not, maybe I don't know what a catch-22 is, but I think it's a catch-22 because in this podcast I was listening to, they were talking about how you can pick to have twins, or you can pick what gender baby you want. So, for example, we both really want girls. So say you had 4 boys, then you could do IVF and have a girl. So some things about it seem like it's a nice idea, but then if it gets to the point of you can pick, you want your baby to have these traits and not have these traits, or you can get rid of the embryos that have certain genetic mutations and stuff,
So you're saying that's good or bad?
No, that's bad.
Right, because I think it just becomes a huge ethical issue because of those things, and because not everyone can afford the same designer babies, so it just makes inequality so much worse because kids are automatically at an advantage or not based on how much their parents could pay for them to be born perfect or not perfect.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying is there's things not that necessarily. I think it's good that you can just, for everyone to always be able to choose what gender baby they want.
Then you might end up with only girls in the world.
Yeah. But I think that, for example, in that situation where you had 4 boys and you really wanted a girl or something, and not even necessarily that would be an ethically correct thing to do, and I'm not saying it's not if people have done that, but I'm just saying for you personally, if you want a girl, that sounds like an enticing thing, but like you said, people can't all afford the same thing, so when you get to the point of I can pick to have my baby be really smart or be a really talented singer or whatever, you can pick all of the good qualities for your baby, but then people who can't afford it are already the people who are at a disadvantage, and then their babies are at more of a disadvantage because they don't have the same designer traits as the other babies. So then those wealthier families just like keep moving up, and the other families don't, and they can't necessarily compete equally because they don't have the same genetic traits.
Yeah, let's see. Do twins have the same voice? I don't think we have the same voice, but sometimes when I'm editing the podcast, there's moments where I'm like, which one of us is that?
Mm-hmm. When we're talking in normal life, we don't sound the same, but you know how your voice sounds a lot different in your head than it does to other people. So sometimes when I'm listening to things, I'm like, oh my gosh, I sound exactly like Aspen.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Who knows? Actually, you guys should comment if you think we have the same voice, or if you can tell who is who.
Tell us.
Who's talking right now? Comment below. Ooh. Okay, this one's kind of sad. Do twins die at the same time?
I've read some statistic that, I mean, I'm not even going to try to say a number or anything, but like, it's more common that twins will die shortly after the other one because they're at such a loss without their twin.
That doesn't surprise me because, like, also when you hear about moms who die if their daughters die because they just, like, can't live without their kid.
That's so sad.
I know, and I just think that twins, you probably just have a heart attack or something from the anxiety and sadness of being all on your own. I really do think that loneliness or like happiness can affect your physical, like your physical health.
I feel like there's a lot of studies about hospitals and people in hospitals and stuff, especially in nursing homes. Like there's a lot of research about them needing people to go visit them and stuff because not being lonely contributes to them being happier and healthier.
Okay, now the rest of these questions that are coming up are about the Minnesota Twins. And we don't know anything about sports, so we can't answer those.
I was like, who are the Minnesota Twins? But you meant the sports team.
Yeah. What else should we tell everyone about?
Have we answered, like, can twins read each other's minds and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Well, we did things people think about twins.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you have other questions about being twins, you should listen to our, I don't even remember what it was called, but it was something like weird things people ask about twins or think about twins or something like that. And just listen
to all of the episodes.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Listen to all of the episodes.
Oh, that's so cute.
We're sitting in our dad's office right now, and we're using my computer to record, but he has pictures coming up on his computer, and some of them are really cute.
There's just this one that came up of my grandparents were visiting, and then they left, and they wrote, we had this whiteboard that we were obsessed with, and they wrote a note on our whiteboard, and there's a picture of us hugging the whiteboard and crying because we didn't want them to leave.
Yeah, we weren't hugging the whiteboard because we were obsessed with it. We were hugging the whiteboard because we were sad that they left.
But we were obsessed with the whiteboard.
That actually makes me think of a question I have. Do you think that twins have more of an attachment issue than non-twins?
I mean, I can't speak for other twins, but I think that we very much do, so I have to imagine that other twins do too.
Well, I just wonder if they do
because... Like codependency.
Yeah, well, no, I don't mean codependency. I mean attachment issues, because not just with people, but like you were saying, we were obsessed with the whiteboard. We would cry when our parents threw away our booster seats, or we had this Tinkerbell plate that broke, and we are still, I mean, we're not actually still sad about it, but we still remember it being just the worst day ever because we had to throw away our Tinkerbell plate.
I think that's more of an us thing.
Okay, well, I was just wondering because twins get so used to just always having each other around, so then you're just, I don't know, more attached to things. And because if one of you is upset about something, then the other one's like, oh, well, I have to feel the same way.
I mean, maybe. I feel like they have more of an attachment. I mean, I don't even know if issues, but probably issues with people. But
yeah,
I can't say for sure about things. But we should ask other twins.
We should. Okay, well, Ashley's falling asleep.
I am. I'm sorry. I just don't sleep anymore, so.
It's been a long week, so we're probably going to wrap this up. But join us next week for my Twinspiration interview, where hopefully Ashley will answer all of the questions because I answered all the questions in her interview.
No, you didn't.
Anyway, we hope you have a great week and had a happy 4th of July. Talk to you next week. Bye.